Yesterday, we introduced you to the family of a soldier whose remains were finally identified after more than 70 years of searching. Cronkite News reporter Mikenzie Hammel tells us how a group of scientists brought him home despite decades worth of barriers.
As DNA technology advances, a lab in Hawaii is helping identify Korean War soldiers who died years ago. That is the case of Private Felix Yanez. It's meticulous work that requires combining multiple lines of evidence, but most importantly, patience.
It's the worst thing you can do to DNA, and it took us from 1999 to 2016 and science to catch up for us to develop a method to get the DNA and get results from them.
The Hawaii lab partners with the Armed Forces Medical Examiner System that is spearheading the new technology. Dr. Timothy McMahon said it was a difficult task, but they found a way to separate the DNA sample from any contaminants.
I want you to think of a jar that has 1 million jelly beans in it, and they're all different colors, but there's only maybe 50 white jelly beans in there. And if I told you to go in and grab all 50 of those in one shot, you wouldn't be able to do it. So what we did is we developed a method that would bind to the white jelly beans, and it had a metal piece on it. And then we use a magnet that pulls the white jelly beans up, so we enrich for the human DNA, and that allowed us to get the results to support the identification as well.
Fallen soldiers from the Korean War have been brought back from North and South Korea and excavated from the Punch Bowl Cemetery in Honolulu after identification was made possible. Dr. Key says that regardless of the time the remains arrived at the lab, they will continue working until the soldiers go home.
Has anything changed? Has anything new developed? Can we try something again? Can we try something, a little different? So even the remains that have been in the lab since the 90s, they are still active as far as the project is concerned.
When Shreve got the call about her uncle, she says she was overwhelmed and relieved because she never thought that she or her mom would get to see this day.
It was something that I really wasn't sure was ever going to happen in my lifetime. I started prepping my children and telling them, if this doesn't happen in my lifetime, you guys have to carry this torch.
The Hawaii lab is continuing to excavate caskets from Punch Bowl Cemetery until all soldiers' remains are recovered and identified. In the newsroom, Mikenzie Hammel, Cronkite News.